Alright, take two. Green, blue henge, mostly mono green henge. Got an aggressive slant here. Got some harpooners for eating opposing geese. We got some Viviens for punching through damage on our heavy hitters. We got the Great Henge to generate some card advantage. Slightly awkward in the Oko matchups, but you can board it out there, I think. If we're expecting Esper control to be a thing that pops back up again, Great Henge is very good in those matchups. So let's dive into some matches with this and see how it goes. I don't know, dude, like, it depends on what the control decks look like. Like, Great Henge is a good anti-control card. When's the best time to use Gust? When it wins the game? Questions like that don't have easy answers in Magic. This isn't like Hearthstone where, like, there's very clear you should mulligan to these cards because your win rate goes up if you play them on one. Magic's an incredibly low variance game that I enjoy a lot. It allows me to leverage my skill and my intellect over my opponents. Chocolate Loving, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate you shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. All right, let's do that. Then, I'm gonna grab Castle. This lets me go turn 2 Yorvo, which seems appealing. Variance-based games are great. I like that Magic has variance. I hate that it has resource variance. Resource variance is crappy variance. Once jumped to $20. You can play that deck without the Once Upon a Times. It's less consistent, but it's still fine. Magic Finance sucks. Always be lucky is a great solution. You're not wrong. Hey, thanks for the 20 months, Boxicon. Welcome back. I appreciate that. I don't think there is a good way to attack the blue-green Oko decks. I think the correct way is play your own Oko deck and, like, try and draw better. I think have some kind of mid-range haymaker like Agent of Treachery, Quasi-Duplicate, Mass Manipulation. Even drawing your 4 Noxious Grasps isn't good enough. Looks like our opponent's currently getting arena'd, but they're also still playing Field of the Dead, so I don't feel bad. Your deck is banned and you should feel bad. Dear opponent, please go away. Do I want to bottom that? Bottom that. Jeff's advice the day Once Upon a Time was spoiled. However much this card is pre-ordering for, it's not enough. It pre-ordered at $5. Listen, I know a busted Magic card when I see one. That's how I knew that Stoneforge Mystic was fine for Modern, because it wasn't a busted Magic card. The problem with going wide, MTG Jedi, is that the go wide decks lose to Oko making food, and they lose to Wicked Wolf. So, like, the normal counters to these things are things that are just, like, incidentally bad. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of people who play a lot of Magic and have been doing it for a long time that consistently fail to identify the power levels of cards. Go back and look at the timelines of Magic pros of people who thought Stoneforge Mystic was too good for Modern and who thought Jace the Mind Sculptor was going to ruin the format. There were a lot of those folks out there. Wicked Wolf is not good against the Golos matchup. I think the rest of this looks fine. Wish I had more Disdainful Strokes, but we just adjusted our deck hoping not to play this because it's going to be banned tomorrow. But again, Magic Arena is peak release-ready software, and it takes them 4 days, apparently, to ban a card on this platform. They can't just flip a switch on their server backend and ban it. Which legendary cards are indispensable? There is a list somewhere that shows which ones are most indispensable. The control deck's probably the one that's most bad if you cut the mythics. The OR mid-range and even the Reanimator deck to a degree, I think you can budget pretty reasonably. So here's the problem to lots of answers to their Planeswalkers. They get to play 4 copies of Veil of Summer. So all of the cards that are good against these Oko decks get countered, and then they draw a card by Veil of Summer, and you lose tempo by doing it because Veil of Summer only costs them 1 mana. Veil of Summer costs $7. Uncommon wild cards cost much less than $7, chat. Come on now.
Welcome to the feast.
Yeah, there are a lot of reasons why the current standard format is incredibly imbalanced towards green. You have a swamp in their Golos deck. Interesting. Every time you cast Oko on turn 2, you should feel bad. That's not true. It is not my job as a player to feel bad for playing things that Wizard of the Coast printed into the format. It is not the player's job to balance this game. You should never feel bad for playing the cards that are good. Wizard of the Coast should feel bad for having a format that's not well balanced. Or are they not playing Guild Gates? Wild. So we're going into a new format where you just want to beat, if you want to beat Oko, yeah, the correct answer is play your own Okos. Find your best 4 Oko deck, and then try and give yourself a leg up in the mirror somehow. The last self-mill deck that we played felt really sweet. Quasi-duplicating Cavaliers felt like home. Felt super, super consistent. Oh, they're a Fires deck. That makes sense. All right. Probably dead here because we don't have lands. Okay, they're a Fires deck. I'm going to bring in my Aether Gust for the 3rd game. Sure, you have an 8-8. Oh. Maybe I'm actually not supposed to play this out because I could play this post Henge. Nah, now my thing's dying. This just all sucks. Let's go to the 3rd game. I mean, the other option to not playing your own Okos is playing a different format. Playing not standard is probably not a terrible idea. It's definitely an option. You can play Mythgard, you can play Pioneer, you can play Modern. We're gonna play some Mythgard later. Opinions on trophies. I mean, Trophy and Vraska are both like good cards. The 4-color Oven deck that we're going to play last today is another deck I'm considering. It's got Vraskas in it. Yeah, I could have Elked the Giant. I don't know. We didn't have any mana. I didn't feel like playing. As off it. Oko is in every format. Oko is one of the best. Oko is one of the best Magic cards ever printed. It's in every format. What do I recommend for newer players in the game? Should I buy packs? Is there a better way to improve my collection? I mean, picking up packs is the best way to get cards in any of these card games, right? Pauper is Oko free, and they did just ban Astrolab. Twitch message is better than Twitter DM. My wife manages my Twitter, so I will be faster to get you a message than she will.
Close your eyes, breathe, and listen to the sounds of the wild.
Oko's a lot better than Liliana the Veil. I don't think it's close. Just for reference. The goose is loose. You're not wrong. Sweet. So they're not going to have a sweeper on 4. Hey, IFA TV. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oakland. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday wherever you are. How many shillings would it cost for you to order me a pizza delivery? It doesn't work that way. Oh, they might be dead next turn, huh? He's like setting up for a good clean turn 5 kill here. Seems sick.
I'd get out of the way if I were you.
Yeah, we're gonna like play this and just smash them next turn. This card's sweet. What you got? Show me your second spell. Oh, Growth Spiral. Oh, that's really impressive. They're actually just dead on board to the Vivien, right? I don't even need this Questing Beast, but I'm gonna play it. Man, I'm really glad they banned Field of the Dead. Field of the Dead was really oppressive, and there was never any strategies in Standard that could beat it. Definitely can never keep up with Field of the Dead. Glad they banned that card. What an incredibly great decision. It's probably not good enough without fetch lands, Big Daddy. Hand's great. I spent all my Hugo bucks and all I got was this lousy emote. The no with the thinking hand is pretty good. No, you can't. We don't. People who are not Wizards of the Coast do not have access to enough information to make objective, data-driven decisions regarding any format in Magic. Good Magic data sources with large enough sample sizes to be statistically significant don't exist outside of the closed doors at Wizards of the Coast. It just doesn't exist. Looking at a bunch of top 8s and random league data is not statistically significant. My feelings are enough data. Respect my feelings, Hogland. I got feels. I got feels. Please don't play a Field of the Dead. Please be playing a blue-green food deck. God, they're playing Field of the Dead, aren't they? I just want to play matches that are relevant. They could be Simic Flash, that's fair. What about data scraping apps like those? Their sample sizes aren't relevant. There's more variables to be tracking in Magic than there are in other games. And like the sample sizes those tools have aren't relevant. They're not large enough. It is a Flash deck. Yay! Yay! Flash deck! Woo! Flash deck! Never been so excited to get Simic Flashed in my life, chat. Never been so excited to get Simic Flashed in my life. The kids and the pumpkins are excellent too. You're not wrong, Flame Burst. Game 1 Mystical Dispute. Format's fine. Very healthy. Please pay no attention to the Oko behind the curtain. It completely folds over. The opponent's deck gets played because it is cheap to build. And the play patterns are incredibly satisfying when it works. It is an excellent budget deck. Do I enjoy Legacy? I find a lot of the play patterns in Legacy tedious. The play patterns in Legacy tend to be incredibly redundant because all of the good decks are playing very similar cards. All I'm saying is my mono white deck is great, completely irrelevant, in the completely irrelevant best of 1 queue. Oh, Marty. WotC software or something else. Alright, do I just play Great Henge? I think I just jam this because it's not an actual threat. So, like, if you want to counter this, counter it. Maybe it's right to do this turn. Just because, that lets me double spell. I can't tie a timeout to the Shillings menu. You can also type exclamation point timeout in chat to get a timeout if you really want one. Do we know what we're piling for the MCQ yet? No, I'm gonna flip a coin probably. All these decks seem like they suck. So these will trade and then they have a Night Pack Ambusher. Feels bad, man. Yeah, I think I messed up playing. I think I messed up playing the Henge last turn. I think I probably should have done this, and then I could have played Henge this turn. Feeling pretty dead. Just can't take Night Pack Ambusher off the table. There's a Sultai Oko deck on my website, jeffhoagland.com. Click standard decks at the top. I guess we'll hang out for one more turn because we could draw like an Oko or a Goose, and then Wicked Wolf is big enough to fight this if that happens, but they get too many more wolves, the game's just over. Third Brazen Borrower, yep. That's reasonable and okay. I'm gonna trade these if they attack. It does randomly make it super cheap.
I'll shear the wool from your eyes and spin you clouds. It's not poisoned. Trust me.
They put good cards in their deck, chat. Who told them they could put good cards in their terrible deck? I don't understand. Did they crack the code? Did they realize they should just put good cards in there? There is another ban list update in November. There's the next scheduled ban list update is November. This is my favorite standard deck of all time. Teamer Flash from RTR Innistrad Standard. 4x Yeva, 4x Snapcaster Mage, 4x the Fun.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Yeah, the problem, Big Show, here's the thing. Decks like Selesnya eat it to a lot of other things. So, like, you can't just beat Oko. You have to beat Oko and then also beat other things. Even when there's a definitive best deck in a format, there's always people not playing that deck. So, like, just being like, oh, I have the best deck, that's good enough. It's generally not good enough. All right, let's do this and then smash their Oko here, I think.
I invite you to change your ways.
I don't know, Turnpike Bear. I mean, like, Wizards is a pretty big slave to their themes. So, like, Oko wouldn't do what he does in another color. Brazen Borrower cannot chump block. It only blocks creatures with flying. I did not play Onslaught Standard. I didn't start playing Magic competitively until the release of New Phyrexia. I don't know that I'd go as far to say it was the last good standard format, but it was definitely a great one. Definitely one that I enjoyed. And no one noticed it was a plus. Maybe. That Magic Carpet Ride article on SCG was the first Magic article I ever wrote. Fun fact. If you want a piece of Hogland history, go read that one.
Let's broaden your existence.
And to be fair, the fact that standard format is widely accepted as one of the best standard formats of all time is probably in large part why they started Pioneer there. I would bet. Well, I can gain 2 a turn. Talkie Box Man was once Righty Box Man. Yeah, I I wrote weekly Magic content for like, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 years straight. It was a long run. Wasn't until I started streaming full time that I just like didn't have bandwidth to keep doing that.
I invite you to change.
It's also when large print runs started. Oh, that's a good observation. Am I attacking their Oko? Am I smashing their face? Is it crazy to just do this? I feel like it's not crazy to just do this. I mean, expecting Wizards to release a new non-rotating format every, let's say, 7 or 8 years is probably not unreasonable, right? Like, Modern's existed for a long time, chat. Like, Modern is not new. All right, Feasting, Troll King is probably not good enough when they're on Oko and stuff. Great Henge is bad against counterspells and Oko. It's a pretty clean exchange. I guess they have a lot of flying creatures. Kraul Harpooner is probably fine. Let's try it. Let's try this. Opponent agreed the face was the place. Yep. They concurred with my attack assessment. Hey, PD Larison, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Sure. I like this deck a lot. Thoughts? I don't know if this deck as constructed is good against the Nissa Hydroid Crisis decks. This deck was fine against Field of the Dead. I don't know if it can be good against the Nissa Hydroid decks. That's the $1 million question. How good are you there? Well, all right. Morning IRS support. Yeah, yay level playing fields. We both played Goose on one. With this, do I just pass? I think I just pass and like make a food. It doesn't matter what Extended was. Extended sucked and no one wanted to play it. People that are interested in how does one attack the Nissa Hydroid deck, you play it. The deck's not really beatable. They have too many tools. I don't want to make a 1/1, I want to make a food. It is too difficult to attack a deck that has access to Veil of Summer. All of your tools that are good against their deck are invalidated by this card. You have 2 options to attack the blue-green food deck. Half of them are invalidated by this card. The other half are invalidated by this card and this card. Because aggro decks can't beat these cards, and interactive control decks can't beat this card. That's the crux of the problem with this format. These 2 cards mean you can't go under them, and this card means you really can't go over the top of it. Not with interaction, at least. So, the goal, the reasonable thing to do, is to play the deck and then try for some kind of mirror breaker. No, I think Blight Beetle's pretty unplayable. The fact that Blight Beetle doesn't stop Nissa means it's unplayable. The white exile effects just get shattered and they get their Planeswalker back. They just disenchant them. It's a good wavelength, Raystar. Please play Frill Mystic, so I can Veil of Summer you. Thanks. All right, so they have 6 power, unfortunately, so we're going to make this a 3-3. If they have a Brazen Borrower, Oko dies, but then they're tapped out. I get a chance to do stuff next turn, so that's nice. Can someone explain to me why it draws a card? It draws a card because last time they printed a card like this, it didn't draw a card and it wasn't good enough. So they pushed it to the limit by making it draw a card. Yeah, and that's exactly true too. Once Upon a Time makes all the green decks more consistent than the non-green decks on top of that. Sure, you just need a combo deck that doesn't involve creatures or artifacts. Good luck with that. Yeah, making the busted card worse makes it more balanced. That's exactly correct. Agree with your statement. If you made the broken card worse, it would be more balanced. Oh, I think I just want to stick this. It could be right to go Dork here so I can double spell next turn. Playing Yorvo while they're tapped out is kind of a waste if they have more Brazen Borrower. I think there's a chance it does, Beansy. Being able to win via Jace's alt text and quasi-duplicating agent both seem like good ways to go over the top. In my experience, the 1,000-Year Storm decks are too slow and clunky. Good beats, good beats. Well, Nissa is a card that should probably be banned, and Garrick's not really playable. So Garrick's probably the better card between Garrick and Nissa. Do you have the second borrower? Sick. Huh? Am I just doing this now? I guess I can Wicked Wolf. All right, let's hope they don't have a counterspell. Let's Wicked Wolf. Wow! That is punishing. Vomit. Gross. Super punished. Morning Hostage. Alright, so if they make this Brine Boar Cutthroat a 6-5 and they attack with the next turn, we'll trade off this Yorvo we have in play since we have another one in hand. This format needs faithless looting. I don't know about that one. That one might be loose. The Alliance deck have any player, does Oko grind it out? They have 4 veil. They have 4 veils. They have 4 veils. They have vomit. All right, we're gonna jump with the goose here. If we'd have just played these and not gotten Disdainful Stroke last turn, we'd be in such a different spot. If this isn't a spell they can cast, I can play Paradise Druid here, and then have Yorvo to hold these 2 down at least. The super secret best deck. Always whenever we're playing on stream. I don't know, it's just, I feel for people who like want more competitive Magic tournaments in their area, but at the same time, I feel like people need to understand that like WotC investing a lot of money into places where like people don't really show up for tournaments just doesn't really make sense from a business perspective on WotC's side. Like a lot of tournaments in like the United States, especially the Midwest and the East Coast, like there's a reason why the Star City Game Circuit exists, but there's no West Coast SCG circuit, right? Like, there aren't a lot of tournaments on the West Coast in the US because people don't show up to the tournaments there. Whereas, like, you have tournaments in, like, Indianapolis and New Jersey and places like that, and you get, like, easily, you know, 500, 600, or thousands of players gonna come out to them. I think we're pretty dead here. Yeah, I agree. This deck that we're playing right now, we have the Questing Beast in the sideboard. I agree that he is super mediocre against a lot of the things that are going on in the format. I think he's necessary if you think control decks are going to exist, but outside of against control, I don't think he's very good. Yeah, if you put Magic in the center of all degenerate gambling in the world, it does pretty okay. Do I have a way to get a Twitch account back to transfer its rewards to one that was hacked? Believe it or not, Jeff Hoagland's Twitch chat is not Twitch technical support. I can see how that could easily be confused, but I would recommend finding the support button on your Twitch webpage and then clicking that and asking questions like that there. Has Shifting Ceratops in the opener. Beep, beep, let's go. I would like to speak with the manager. I am the manager. What would you like? Sorry, Wizards of the Coast used up all my patience recently. Was that a good draw? What do we think about that one, chat? Are you excited for 2 more years of this? Are you excited for 2 more years of this? Are you ready, kids? Aye, aye, Captain. Oh, who lives with Gilded Goose under the sea? Oh, go, thief of crown. Yay! They also have Oko. Woo! Oko. and you get an Oko, and you get an Oko. Everybody gets an Oko.
And all your cares are gone.
Did they even play test this card? Is it possible that Wizards R&D played games with this card before they sent it to release? They're just like, nah, ship it. Just ship it. Should I take their goose? I feel like I should take their goose. I can just attack for 3. I'm just gonna attack for 3. Screw it. Oh no, I clicked on the wrong one. God bless America, my country. 'Tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. I'm homesick with my kid and there's eye pus everywhere. We have successfully avoided pink eye so far in this house. God bless. Does Jess have a reset button? I think he's broken. I am definitely broke, chat. Thanks for everything. I just finished my transition out of the Navy, and I'm gonna be getting my degree in mechanical engineering soon. You've been great to help me to understand politics and important topics. Dealer's choice. Thanks for keeping me around, Jace the Man Sculptor. Your username's great, by the way. Jeff is broko. I'm only broken on the inside, chat. I'm only broken on the inside. All right, so what if we like make a food and like just ship it? Just like jam this down their throat? I could also just Vivien. What if we just Vivien? I'm gonna get like quenched or disdainful stroked and hate myself. What if I take their goose and then play Vivien? Could I do that? I'm gonna do that. Well, I could change phases, Marty. If they float mana, I could change phases. So now I get to do it before combat, but yeah. All right. I think I'm just gonna plus this here and put a counter here and put a counter here. I want my 3/3 to be a king among food. Gnarly, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Hoagland Day. I hope you're having an excellent Wednesday wherever you are. Who lives with the Gilded Goose? I appreciate you. Good clip, good clip. Oko is making waves in every constructed format in which he is legal. He is arguably one of the best Magic cards ever printed and quite possibly one of the best Planeswalkers ever printed. I added the SpongeBob SquarePants theme to the list. God bless, Marty. How many songs are we up to, by the way?
I assure you our deal is worth your while.
Wow, these Okos are locked in a fierce custody battle over this goose.
The brambles of truth twirl and curl, choking out lies.
Choking out the lies. I see through your lies, Oko. They just elk my bird. That just happened, chat? I think they just elked my bird. All right, so what am I doing here? So what if we do this, and then we give it haste? My opponent agrees that playing the Ceratops is a good line. My opponent agrees that playing the Ceratops is a good line. Excellent. When I come out of the tank with a line that makes them concede, it makes you feel good. You're just like, ah, excellent. Excellent. Which fires deck? I think Jeskai fires with Cavaliers is most competitive. In fact, asking me that question probably means you haven't checked out my website yet. Shame on you. Head on over to magicesports.net. Click standard deck to the top and you'll find my preferred iteration of Jeskai fires, as well as a myriad of other wonderful decks up there that you can play that are Hoagland approved. Llama tested, Hoagland approved. Should we say Goose tested? 2 more years! 2 more years! Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? It's another flash deck. Welcome to the constructed event. Please enjoy the flash deck. Rather than making more counters that count the time till things rotate, we'll probably realistically just play more Mythgard or Pioneer or other formats. We keep singing the song. Can we call him Oko Elk Pants for better flow? That Oko Elk Pants is good. I applaud your creativity. I feel like most of the things Oko does are unconstitutional, so I feel like impeaching him is probably reasonable. I feel like impeachment is not out of the question. Quench me, Daddy, quench me. Hey, thanks for making my toy larger. I would like it now. Enjoy your food.
Loyalty is fickle and fragile.
Nice deck. Nice deck. If I were to port Teamer Oko to Pioneer, what would be your first pickup? Probably Land War Elves. You probably want like 10 1-mana accelerants in this deck. Can I put all my shillings towards an Oko crowd? Unfortunately not. Instead of playing Oko in this awful format, let's get Oko banned in the other one. Oh. Thanks, Daddy, for making my toy larger. Now if he's in the ASMR voice, we can upload it to a tube site. Oh, YouTube Premium. You were an intelligent rebranding. Remember when YouTube Premium wasn't called YouTube Premium, chat? I hope they fired whoever made that decision. I hope whoever made that decision and everybody who approved it was subsequently let go. Maybe it was intentional, sure. Maybe it was intentional. One of Shifting Ceratops in the opener. Let's go. You're late to the party, Goose, but you're still welcome. Are there any songs I can sing around Oko being Maverick? Because Oko's always paired with Goose, so I'm pretty sure that makes him Maverick. After watching you play Arena this afternoon, you've convinced me to spend my time doing something else. God bless. I do what I can. I aim to please. Oko's downtick is almost certainly unlawful quid pro quo. But I didn't say the words. I didn't say the words quid pro quo, so it couldn't have been it. It couldn't have been it, chat. I didn't say the name of the crime. If I don't say the name of the crime, it's not a crime. Meet my friend, the 4-4. I hope whoever pitched this and everyone who approved it got fired is how I feel about Hexproof. Hexproof is an exceptionally rancid mechanic. I agree. They don't like my 4-4 friend, chat. Poor Yorvo. He's just doing his best to try and be loved in this cold, hard world. It's like, oh, did I resolve that? Did I resolve that? That's why I cleverly did not scream I'm committing murder while committing my most recent murder. I would recommend resetting your IP address and dusting your fingerprints off your computer. There's an FBI agent's been deployed to your house. Investigate. I think a majority of your audience is too young to understand. Did I resolve that? I don't think that's true. 50% of my audience, my analytics estimate, are between 25 and 34, which is like pretty solidly in the seen Urkel at some point demographic. Nailed me there. Has this constructed event actually been 2 band decks and then 2 flash decks? Maybe they're not playing the band deck. You know, maybe. I am almost 34 and do know Urkel. To the tune of the SpongeBob SquarePants, who lives with a golden goose on the plain of Eldraine. Oh, go elk pants, blue and green, punny and broken is he. Oh, go elk pants. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the tune past the opening. I can't do it. I don't know the tune. Ain't got nothing. I think I'm just embarrassing myself. Do I play around getting swept next turn? Probably not. Probably not. Oh, House Republicans are trending on Twitter. I wonder what they did this time. I can only imagine. They stormed a closed door meeting. My favorite thing about this most recent election cycle is it exposed all of the people that I knew growing up who always told me that it was important to follow the law. To realize what they actually meant was it's important to follow the law if you're poor and a minority. It's not important to follow the law if you're rich and white. That's what they actually meant. And growing up, I didn't realize that was what they meant, but that's definitely what they meant seeing their actions today. I'm I'm just gonna concede this match. I really don't like, I only have time to play like one more match anyways before we move to the next deck, and I really don't feel like playing against the deck that's banned tomorrow. A hearing which had Republicans who were on the appropriate committee and were legally in attendance. Yeah. Yeah. Are there any Canadians who can explain the election results there? DeFranco summarized it yesterday. He said the Liberal Party won again in Canada, but they lost enough seats that they don't have a strict majority. So they're going to have to work with one of the smaller parties to get legislation passed. But there's two other smaller parties they can realistically work with on important issues. Did I summarize that correctly as a non-Canadian? Because I feel like DeFranco did a good job breaking it down. That was my takeaway from his explanation. That was pretty good. Look at that. Look at that. I'm informed, chat. I'm informed and spreading good information. Oh, we got a draw, eh? What a fantastic release ready software. And become a better player watching your stream. Thanks for being here, Boldham. Hope you're having an excellent Wednesday wherever you are. I have 5k shillings, 45k to go. Do it. Good. I'm glad to hear other countries are prioritizing climate change. Climate change is my number 2 issue after socialized healthcare voting in 2020. I think I'm supposed to mulligan the first one. I don't think I can mulligan the second one. Like, I think I'm supposed to look for like a 1 or a 2 drop or a Once Upon a Time, but I don't think I go to 5 doing that, especially with the Scryland on the draw. Perfect. I really enjoyed playing the Grixis Alliance deck on your website. Might be my favorite deck in Standard right now. Sweet. I might update that Grixis Alliance deck to put some copies of Noxious Grasp in the main. The format's green enough right now that I think that that's reasonable. And like, in the matchups where your opponent's not playing green or white creatures, you can just, you can loot them away. Of course non-subs can still get timeouts. Paying money for freedom of speech is ingenious. I feel like a real Lithuanian. Does it show how jaded I am, Demir Spy, that I would like to say that I think addressing climate change and nationalized healthcare are more realistic to happen than real reforms otherwise? Just put all 4 main. Yeah, it's probably all 4 main. That's probably correct. All right, I think I'm Wicked Wolfing this Midnight Reaper because as long as the Midnight Reaper's in play, I just don't have good trades. Feel pretty dead. Haven't had a lot of spells this game. This is a matchup where we would love a Great Henge. There's like, these Wicked Wolf trades are just bad for us because like, we're not really one for winning them, right? Like, we're trading a card for their card, but they're also drawing a card after it. What do you think about Google's accomplishment with quantum computing? I am not educated or informed on what you're referring to. All right, so Veil of Summer. Board in 3 cryptic commands. What do I want to trim here? Harpooner doesn't seem very good. I think I want my more beefy creatures, maybe trim a Vivien. Let's give this a try. So the big question is, do the 30 Republicans who force their way into the secure location get arrested? I mean, they should be arrested, yeah. I'm looking forward to all of the people who claim to be for rule of law and following. I think I'm excited for all the people who tell me they're okay with immigration, they're just not okay with illegal immigration, to defend those 30 Republicans. Because those people don't actually care about the law. That's nonsense. They're lying. That's exactly what's gonna happen. How many main deck Veils? I would be surprised if we see main deck Veils. I think main deck Dispute's super reasonable because main deck Dispute has text even when they're not playing blue cards. And just for people who are new, so my position's crystal clear on this issue. I think that just because something's legal or illegal doesn't make it right. There's been lots of terrible, terrible things that have happened that were legal to do when they happened. And frequently breaking laws that are immoral or not just is the first step towards changing those laws for the better. And before some bad faith actor jumps in and says, well, you're going to steal, are you going to murder? Like, those are not reasonable comparisons, and you're an idiot for making them. That's my position on the matter.
I'm certain you're quite charmed to meet me. One bite, and all your cares are gone.
Correct, Techno. Correct. It's possible I should have waited to play Broco till after I had this 4th land. Which also, because I had this, it's possible that trading off... Because I have this in hand, it's possible that trading off my Paradise Druid was wrong. This matchup feels pretty bad. Nice, Kappa. I've got Mythgard codes for 1 more day, so if you're interested in jamming some Mythgard and you want some freebies, make sure to drop me a direct message on Twitch or Discord today, and I'll send out 1 more round of codes after I sign off today. I feel like we're just never going to beat this thing providing endless value here. Our 5/5s are going to trade off with this momentarily. If they have like a questing beast that trades with the other one, and then I'm on empty. In a perfect world, you're not wrong, Seth. I'm gonna block here, because if they use most of their turn trading these, I think I'm okay with that. Wow, this works out well, unless they have another one. Do you have a 3rd Noxious Grasp? You do. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, With their whole turn taking that and then drawing another Lovestruck Beast here, we might be able to steal this. This is the amount of pressure we need to, like, be able to ignore their overwhelming card advantage. Good to have you here, Ugly Cat. Thanks for the support. You know, the problem, Big Daddy, is that, like, a lot of the issues with that people are currently, like, what Trump is campaigning on, like, reducing the ability for people to seek asylum, like, that's pretty messed up. So they have to block 2 things here or they're dead. Then I get to deploy 2 more threats. Hey, Ben, thanks for the Prime Support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. AP Fan Joe, welcome to Hoaglandia. Metzelizer, thanks for the Bezo Bucks, folks. There's a lot of great people on Twitch right now, and you can send those to every month. Thanks for sending them here this month. Hey, thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Or a sub-gifty there, Arson. I love the new sub-gift animation. Turned out so well. Streamlabs animators are just like A++. If you're not familiar with how America's legal immigration system works and you want to defend it, I would encourage you to watch John Oliver's video that he posted somewhat recently on the topic. He does really good videos and a great breakdown on why it's real jacked up somewhat recently. Oh, maybe not having Questing Beast in my deck is wrong. I feel like they've stabilized at this point. Like, my Lovestruck Beast can just, like, never get over. Maybe if I'd drawn Vivien this turn, we could have punched through. But, like, without Vivien this turn, I feel like we're just too far gone. They have too much lifelink in play. You know, I don't know that I have a really great baseline on this deck. Like, that last Adventures matchup felt hard, but we didn't get to play against any of the food decks in that set. We beat Flash twice, we beat a Golos deck, and then I conceded to another Golos deck. I think I like this retooling. I think moving the Questing Beast to the sideboard in a post-Field of the Dead World makes a lot of sense. So I think I'm going to update the list on the website to be this 75 after today, but I also don't know, again, how this lines up against, like, the Nissa Hydrate Crisis decks, and there's a good chance it really struggles there. Also, a good Netflix documentary series called Undocumented. It's good to know. All right, so that's it for that deck. Our last standard deck of the day is another deck that I'm possibly considering playing this weekend. This is a 4-color Oven variation that we played a bit of on stream before. Notably, I've added more Vraskas and some Angrath Rampages to the main deck to hedge other Oko decks a little bit. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 3-minute break, restart the client. I'm going to run to the restroom, all that jazz. Remember, non-subs, you do not miss any actual Magic content while we play ads on this channel. I always take a break while we do that. I appreciate everybody that hangs out through the break, so we'll be back with more Magic in about 3 minutes. Thanks for hanging out today, everyone. How much do I have to donate for the phrase on both sides of the same